Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Ba'Hashem Harakah Kodash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the GMS, and also double honors to the elder of the Lions Den Camp, Bahar One. And shalom to the Lions Den Camp, and also the Akim and Ahwafim that's pushing the truth sincerity. Coming with you with a quick lesson. I'm gonna title it. Actually, I'm not sure what I'm gonna title it, but I'm gonna title it "Examples that the Lord doeth works," or something along those lines. This is the book of Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. God, because there's gonna be a time where most people are gonna move in that time of haste. You know, all hell is breaking loose, and it's like, yeah, we gotta go, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and we gotta go. Come on, let's move out the city. You know, that's what people are gonna be saying. They're gonna be freaking out, making hasty decisions. But the Lord told us to constantly endure, set our heart aright, and make not haste in the time of trouble, man. He said knowledge and wisdom will be the stability of our times. You know, thus that we put our trust in Him. You know, we don't have to, make those decisions in haste, because the Lord is ultimately going to make the decision for us. And it says, cleave unto Him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at that last end, man. So that's what we do. We cling unto Him, because when you look at King David, the Lord protected King David. The Lord, and I got a couple scriptures as well to kind of back up and show, the Lord's work and how He helped brothers and sisters, and the ones that's in the truth, the ones that He protected. And it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So we take that cheerfully, even though it may seem like hell, but ultimately everything on this side is all vanity. It comes and goes and it passes. So we take it cheerfully, because through adversity we're made perfect. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. God, and it's a saying that say, God put his it said God put his soldiers through the toughest. Man, hold on, let me get it. God say, Yahweh gives his toughest battles to the strongest soldiers. And just spiritually in that sense now, we're fighting that spiritual fight, that spiritual battle. So, and that's what we do. We fight that spiritual fight, and it's so we could be made perfect. Verse 6, believe in Him, and He will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in Him. And that's what we do. We trust in the Lord Yahweh Yahushua. Because we look at the scriptures of old, man, we see how the Lord rewarded the ones that believed in Him. How the Lord made a way for us, even back then. The Lord showed His power to those heathen kings. And His words are still here today. And that's power. Because even during the times of Nebuchadnezzar, to go into Cyrus, to Alexander, all the way down to Antiochus, surname Epiphanes, now to John Hyrcanus, going to the times of Yahushua, in times of Yahushua to 70 AD, and then going to all the way up until now. You know, the Lord's word has been here even before this kingdom. So it's definitely going to be here after this kingdom. And this is going to be the last kingdom, man. This is going to be the place where this is going to be the place where Salakia. This is going to be the place where it was known that this place was Babylon. You know. Verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall. Lest ye fall, but you get back up. It said, a wise man falleth 7 times, roughly paraphrasing. And it says, ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail, and it will not fail. And that's what we have, faith. You know? Faith is the evidence of things hoped for. Let me go ahead and get it. It says, Hebrews 11:1, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by the faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So we have faith. You know, we have faith because that's all we have. You know, we can't do it the physical way. Look at the Black Panthers. Look at those other revolutionaries or zealots. You know, it was cut down by Esau. So we win through Yahushua. You know, so that's how we win, and through that fear, we don't go aside, man, and we wait upon His mercy. Verse 8, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail, man. So our reward shall not fail. It says, strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So the Lord is going to fight for us, like how He fought for Daniel, for David, for Esther. You know. And it says, verse 9, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy, man. Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in His fear and was forsaken? Or whom did He ever despise that called upon Him? And I'm finna get some scriptures upon that too, because it's beautiful. And there's one specific verse in Daniel that I wanted to touch on, which is it's gonna be something, something deep. It says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. And that's the point, man. He saveth in the time of affliction. Going through this day, going through especially the times we're finna go through with Jacob's trouble and Esau's hoorah to ultimately bring in that new system that they want to bring in. And it says, actually, I'm going to come back to this. Now, I'm going to start with this one. This is Daniel 3. I'm going to start at verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and He will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. Man, because that damn heathen tried to get him to worship, I believe, a statue of himself or of an idol. Can't remember, but it was a statue or something. Let's see. Every man shall hear the song and worship the golden image. So it was a golden image, either way. And it says, But if not, no. Let's go up. Careful to answer then, verse 16. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he would deliver us out of thine hand, O king. Come, man, if it be so, if it be so, if the Lord do deliver us, out of thine hand. But it said what? Verse 18, but if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship thy golden image which thou hast set up. And that's the point, till death. Because it doesn't matter whether they threaten us with death. And that applies to all aspects, to everyone, because even the brothers back then had to go through it. And Esau, being a despicable person that he is, he's going to try the same thing, because he's stuck in his perverse ass ways. But it said, but if not, man. So, but if not, we still won't serve. He say we still won't serve their gods, man. So they was fighting for the truth until death, man. Not bowing down to that damn golden image. Then was Nebuchadnezzar, full of fire, full of fury, and form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heat. So he craned up the heat on it. All right, and let me go ahead and get up here. I'm gonna just skip down. Verse 24. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste and spake unto the counselor, did we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I seen 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God, man. So that's just an example of how the Lord delivered those that push for him. He said, but if it be not so, man, we're still not going to serve their gods. And that's the same spirit that we need to be in. I wonder what I got this one for. Chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse. I'm gonna just get to the point down here. And it says, then the king, it says, so the king and Haman came, verse 7, chapter 7, verse 1. So the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of the wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom. Come, man. Because if you go and read the book of Esther, it goes back to Purim, and originates for Purim. And basically, you had a wicked ass Edomite named Haman who was trying to, set out and kill our people after Mordecai didn't bow to the king at that time, right? So Haman tried to set out and kill all of our people, as Esau always does. And it shall be performed even to half of the kingdom. And that was the leading point up to this point, because this is how the Lord works. Because the Lord used Esther to in a sense give petition, right, to the king, and she was exalted, You know, she was exalted. She was an exalted woman that the king liked, right? And that's how the Lord saved us at that time. You know, it says, then Esther the queen said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not contravail the king's damage. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he and where is he that durst presume in his heart to do so? And that's when Haman fucked up. Excuse my language. You know? And it says, and Esther said, the adversary and enemy is the wicked Haman. Then Haman was afraid before the king and you know, the queen. You know, so he was afraid. Right? Imagine, man, Esau, man, with all his damn plans, and like, yeah, man, I'm trying to hang these people. Right? And then you hear the Ahasuerus saying, who is that do this? Who's trying to do that? Right? After you have plans of trying to, you know. And it says, and the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the place of the garden. And Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen, man. So he went to go make petition for himself. Right? Haman to Esther. For he saw that there were evil determined against him by the king. So he figured like, hey, man, the king want to get me out of here. You know what I'm saying? Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine, and Haman was falling upon the bed where Esther was, man. And that's where he messed up at. It says, what? Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house? So he thought Haman was trying to take her, man. He thought Haman was trying to take her. As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. God, man, they covered that man's face, man. That wicked devil, Haman. And Habanora, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold, also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon. So hang him in the gallows that he had in his house, man. You know, which he had made for Mordecai. So they hang Haman on the gallows that he prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king wrath pacified, man. So that's how the Lord works. The Lord works like that, man. And it's amazing. Because even throughout all that time, man, the Lord looked out for us. He looked out for us, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna end it there. I ain't want to make it too long. And shalom. And hopefully this lesson is inspiring to those out there, you know, who believes in sincerity and truth. And remember, you know, back in Daniel 3, you know, if it be not so, you know, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for us. All right, and shalom.